In this tutorial, you will learn about an assignment activity that allows students to make submissions. This activity allows students to hand in files or texts. To create this activity, you must first enable the editing function with the button Turn Editing On. Next, click on Add an activity or resource in the course topic of your choice. In the selection window, click on Assignment. First, enter a descriptive name, such as Example Exercise. Optionally, you can also enter a detailed description. Additional files allows instructors to provide files within the activity, such as instructions or sample exercises. Then activate, if not already set, the starting date and the due date. With the help of the parameter cut-off date, you can determine when the possibility to hand in assignments should end. If you do not need this strict rule, leave the corresponding checkbox unchecked. Now define the type of submission. You can allow submissions as online text or as a file. For text submissions, you can set a word limit when enabled. For file submissions, you can specify the number, size, and accepted file extensions. For example, to allow only PDF or Word documents, enter the file extensions separated by spaces and with a leading dot in the appropriate field. Alternatively, you can also use Choose to open a window where you can choose from available file types sorted by topic. PDF and Word documents, for example, are located in the Document Files area, which you must first expand. Simply select the desired file types here. Finally, do not forget to save your selection. Now open the section Feedback Types. By default, feedback is comment and PDF annotation is enabled. If you want to return feedback files, for example PDF or Word documents, activate the corresponding function. With Offline Grading Worksheet, a grading table can be downloaded, filled in offline, and then re-uploaded again. For text, you can optionally use inline comments. Next, open the section Submission Settings. Here you can first define whether students must click the Submit button to declare the submission as final. Furthermore, you can enforce that students have to accept the submission statement to ensure that they have solved the assignment on their own. In addition, you can determine if and how often students are allowed to hand in the assignment again. Under the section Group Submission Settings, group submissions can be activated and handled. Please note, it is highly recommended to already have created the groups before creating the assignment. In the Notifications section, you can turn on email notifications for submissions or late submissions as needed. Next, we look inside the Grade section. In the section Grade, you can specify the maximum number of points students can receive for the submission. In this case, the maximum grade parameter will be set to 50. In this section, you can also define if the student names should be hidden while grading. You can enable this with the Anonymous Submission setting. If you want to hide the names of the teachers during the grading process, activate the function Hide Grader Identity from Students. Once you have set all attributes, click on Save and Display. After the activity has been successfully created, you can see in the grading summary that no work has been submitted yet. Under the gear icon, you can set submission deadlines for groups or individual participants if necessary, download all submissions, export the data, or edit the settings you entered previously. As soon as students have submitted solutions, you can view them using the View All Submissions button. In the column File Submission, you can access the files that have been submitted. In the Last Modified Submission column, you can see the time of the submission. You can now manually rate the submission using the Grade button. In the next window, the student's submission is displayed on the left. For certain documents, for example PDF files, annotation tools are available here. These tools can be used to annotate the submission. On the right, you can view the status of the submission and enter your grading and type in feedback. If no notification to the student is desired, uncheck the appropriate box. Now click on Save Changes. You can now switch between students or search for specific students in the course using the navigation elements at the top right. To return to the grading summary, click on the name of the assignment in the top left corner. In our case, Example exercise. Here you will see that there is only one more grading required. Now we go back to the submission overview as we did before. In order to quickly grade a number of submissions, you can use the feature Quick Grading. For this, you have to select the corresponding checkbox. Now you have the possibility to enter the reached points right next to each submission. For example, enter 49 points for Bob. Once finished, don't forget to save your entries by clicking on the button Save All Quick Grading Changes. Confirm the saving process by clicking Continue. We now switch to the student view. The student Max Muster sees his grade as well as your feedback immediately in the activity.